Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the OCVarsity Gridiron Show. Welcome to the final episode of the 2025 high school football season. That means we are in the state championships. We have three Orange County teams that are playing this weekend, all coming up on Saturday, December 13th. And another important competition, Steve, is that you and I, after all this season of all these shows, week after week, starting in August, you have a one-game lead on me, straight up. No bonus points for me at all. You have a one-game lead on me going into this last round. So it's been a fun and highly competitive picking contest with you this year. I appreciate you doing this all year.
No, thanks for having me be part of this, Dan. I appreciate all the work you do. You're the director, producer. I am basically a key grip and gaffer, and I don't even know what those are.
Very important roles. There's in the production in the production efforts. There's no small roles. All are important. We would not get it done without you. And I also, as I'm giving out thanks, I want to thank all the viewers out there, if you know, that have complimented us and said that they followed our show all season.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't said thank you, we know that you're out there. We appreciate it. Thanks for coming along the journey, having fun with us, and it's been fun to talk high school football. There's a lot of great high school football fans, a lot of in Orange County and beyond that are following this stuff, and we know that, and we're happy to talk high school football with you, and I hope you guys play along. So,
Dan, when you watch movies, do you ever hang out and watch all the credits? You know, like I talked about you being producer and director, and me being key grip and gaffer, and I don't know what those are. But you know what they also have on there, and we could use one for this production, a caterer. They always list the caterer, and we don't have that. I mean, I do my own hair. You do your own makeup. But we probably could use a caterer.
Yes, I do watch those very closely. As having a son who's in the aspiring to be the film business, I also like. How about this one? Assistant to Mr. Steve Fryer.
Those are, yeah.
The personal assistants.
Yeah, and Michael Huntley in charge of special effects.
Yes, those are very deep. That's why those movies take millions of dollars to make. But let's talk about the main showings coming up this Saturday. Again, December 13th. First game of the day, Steve. We have a morning football game on Saturday, and it's going to be Division 7 AA. And this is going to be Saturday at 11 a.m. at Fullerton High School, and that's going to be Woodbridge. So one of the best stories still going in Orange County football. Warriors started 0-7. They won a Southern Section title. They're SoCal champs, and now they take on 14-0 Redding Christian. And it seems like it could be a pretty tough matchup for the Warriors, despite their underdog status. But can they complete the storybook right? But it looks, Redding Christian looks pretty formidable. They were the number one seed out of the Northern Section, Division 5. They have a 3,000-yard passer in Wyatt Shaw. They have a 1,500-yard rusher in Levi Putman. Got four receivers with 50, at least four receivers with at least 40 receptions. And just like Woodbridge, they're in the state finals for the first time. This one looks tough as well as Woodbridge is playing. You saw them win the SoCal title. What's your thoughts on this? Who do you got?
Well, you got to feel good about Woodbridge, the way they're doing things. They play pretty good defense. I saw them beat San Fernando 13-0. Yes. I thought San Fernando might be a little bit better. That's why I picked them to win, but they just didn't have the speed that I thought they would have. Team speed being such a big thing for me, especially on defense. This Redding Christian team's got to have some speed to put up these numbers. I was talking to Waylon Stone and a couple of the Woodbridge guys, and they were talking about video game numbers that this Redding Christian team has. 53 touchdown passes for this quarterback, Wyatt Shaw. I talked to Coach Daryl Piper over the weekend. Says the kid, this Wyatt Shaw kid of his, is amazing, great talent, good feel for things. And he says they don't have many weaknesses. And they're very fast and a lot of gifted athletes. He's saying so. Woodbridge is going to be up against it, matching up that speed that looks like Redding Christian has that sort of speed that maybe Woodbridge hasn't seen much of. I mean, I don't know what Montebello brought to the table in the championship game that Woodbridge won 24-23. Buena Park, they play like Woodbridge. You look at that non-league schedule. Oh my gosh, played some good teams, Pacific, etc. But I think that we it's a cliche to say team of destiny, Dan, but Woodbridge going from 0-7 to get a CIF 7 section title, win last week, and then playing a state final game. Team of destiny, Woodbridge. I'm going with the Warriors, man.
Okay, you are back on the Woodbridge bandwagon
I
after.
never was on it. This is my first trip on it. I hope they have
Okay,
room for me. They seem like nice people.
all right, I stand corrected. You're going with Woodbridge. Um, I looked at the HS ratings projection on this one. What did the computer have to say about it?
Oh,
HS ratings got Rancho Christian winning 31-14. That's an eye opener, just like that 14-0 record is for Redding Christian. I know it's a long trip down, but they got some serious weapons.
yeah,
The diversity at wide receiver. I think it's been a great run for Woodbridge, but I think Redding Christian's going to go 15-0
yeah,
and get the W. Um, but Woodbridge is definitely going to have to run the ball and pound it and try to keep, Wyatt, Shaw, and those 53 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions and
yes.
8,000 yards passing. They got to keep that guy off the field and all those receivers. But I think Redding Christian's my pick on that one.
You know what? And Dan, and I appreciate you looking at the HS rating stuff. HS rating's been pretty gosh darn good, man. I'm not a big fan. I think you got to see teams play, but that computer thing over at the HS ratings is pretty good.
Yeah, they hit at it like they picked at it, and I agree with you about you know, uh, I like to see teams in person,
Yeah,
and I think that, and I like the human element as well.
yeah,
But when I see a disparity like this, it makes me look at it a little bit, pretty closely and take notice, kind of
yeah.
thing. Um, but
But
I think
Orange County football is a little different, babe. A
that's
little
right,
different.
absolutely. So,
Little
uh,
we do things a little different down here. Not to disparage what they're doing up in the northern section, but from what I've seen historically, Orange County football is pretty good. You look at college football and how they recruit the boys from down this way. We'll see what happens.
yeah, it's
Nothing
interesting.
against Freddie Christian, man. I bet they're good. Their coaches seem like a real cool dude. I
Yeah.
enjoy my little chat. Really good.
Yeah, and it's been interesting. I one of the things I do like about the state playoffs and the regionals,
Uh huh.
you start to learn about some other teams in some other areas,
Yeah.
and we've seen some NorCal schools that are really good, having outstanding seasons, and they've been able to take out some Orange County teams, that have been kind of like teams of destiny.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit too much at the end. Those teams are just a little bit better than what we got. So it's a long road. Especially, I think the competition in the southern section, SoCal, it's pretty darn tough, but
Yep.
I bet you it's closer than the HS rating says, than the 31-14. But
Yeah.
um I still got Redding Christian. All right,
Very
Steve,
good.
let's also move
Good pick.
Saturday night for Division 4A. This game's going to be at Buena Park High School at 7 o'clock at Buena
Huh?
Park High School. Like I said, El Cerrito, 12-2, taking on Beckman. Speaking of teams of destiny, longest, Beckman, 12-3, riding an 11-game winning streak. They are playing great football, but they also face a tough opponent here in El Cerrito. Interesting team. They're from Contra Costa County, a little bit north of Berkeley. They played in their season opener. They played San Ramon Valley.
Yeah.
They lost that game 20-14, pretty close game, but that's an interesting score because San Ramon Valley is from the same league as a team we're going to talk about shortly in De La Salle. So
Yeah.
that's a strong league that they play. And El Cerrito is also interesting, is, off the field. Last season, they were banned from the postseason because of ineligible players. So it was quite a big story up in that Richmond area last year, postseason. They've obviously bounced back, showed a lot of resiliency this year. They have a top senior receiver in Gary Youngblood. Not a lot of other stats, not much stats on Max Preps on these guys, But I can tell you that the HS rating in this one has got El Cerrito winning 27-26 over Beckman. Beckman, on a roll, like we said, with that long winning streak. Got the Southern Section title, got a SoCal title, and they're pretty balanced and playing great football right now. And I think they're going to be up for this game. Who do you have in this one, Steve, on Saturday night?
You said the word balance. One player on that Beckman team is balanced. Makai Tchaikovsky. He's a leading receiver with 51 catches, and he's rushed for 1,845 yards, something like that. Had a bang-up game last week, 91 yards receiving, ran for 200 yards, 207, I think it was. Really like that Beckman team. Marcello Giuliano, he's a guy we got to talk about as coach of the year, I think, Dan, and as we start nailing down the All Orange County football team and the players and coaches of the year as we zero in on this thing. Yeah, I like Beckman. I think they're flying really high right now. Went 5-0 in a pretty good league. There they go. I'm an Orange County centrist, Dan. Go with my OC guys. Beckman's my pick, sir.
Yes, and I like what you said about Marcelo. He has done a really great job. He's really brought along some seniors and really developed this squad into a championship caliber team.
Yeah,
and overcome some early setbacks. And I think Marcelo with that leadership, and I think the way they do it as well. I mean, I think Beckman is a good representative. They represent themselves well, and I hear good things about how they're conducting themselves out there, as far as sportsmanship
right.
and such, and then they're winning games. And I think this is going to be a tough test. Like I said, El Cerrito had played a very strong opponent to begin with to open the season, but they haven't played anybody like Beckman since then. So that was a long time ago. I think Beckman has really improved since they started the season. They're playing well. They're unfamiliar territory nearby Buena Park High School. With the way they're playing, I think they can get the win. It's going to be tough. This El Cerrito team, like I said, with Youngblood as a playmaker, got to really watch him. But I think Beckman does get the win, though I think this will be a great game on Saturday night.
Yep, I'm with you, man.
All right, we agree on that one. All right, Steve, let's go to the last one on Saturday night. It's going to be 8 o'clock at Saddleback College, the world-class home of the Bobcats. Great stadium there. Santa Margarita coming off their Division I shockingly lopsided win against Centennial, taking on 12-0 undefeated De La Salle. So it's going to be that De La Salle veer offense, as the Spartans are known for, against the Santa Margarita defense. All the Eagles have done, Steve, in the playoffs is hold their opponents in Division I, no less, to 9, 6, and 7 points. And that's Sierra Canyon, Orange Lutheran, and the aforementioned Huskies of Centennial. So the defense is playing really well. We know what Trent Mosley is capable of, what he showed. He's on fire after having, scoring 4 touchdowns in the Division I final, 2 by run, 2 by air, about 300 yards receiving. But this De La Salle team is pretty good, Steve. They have a 35-14 win against Cathedral Catholic. That impresses me because I just saw Cathedral Catholic take it to Los Al pretty good in the SoCal final last weekend, and that was a good Cathedral Catholic team. So if De La Salle can beat Cathedral Catholic, that impresses me because Cathedral Catholic has got some very good athletes. Though I do wonder what that may be said about Cathedral Catholic's run defense, because I did see Camden Tillis really run all over Cathedral. Yeah. We know De La Salle can run it, so I could see that maybe that was a problem for Cathedral Catholic against De La Salle. So stopping the run game is going to be paramount for Santa Margarita, but they just showed that, Steve, against Centennial, that Centennial also runs the ball well. They couldn't do that against Santa Margarita. And there's some interesting, one other tidbit to add on this game is that De La Salle shut out Sarah of San Mateo 26-0 early in the season. So that's the same team, Sarah, that St. John Bosco blanked 42-0. So another pretty good score for De La Salle
Yeah.
against with a comparison score against St. John Bosco. And I mention that because, Santa Margarita fans will know, like, okay, we know what level St. John Bosco's at, so that tells me something a little bit about De La Salle. You can't overlook them, which I'm sure, with the NorCal struggles in this open division game in recent years, a lot of people are going to dismiss them. And oh, by the way, HS Ratings has got Santa Margarita winning this game 27-10. Who's your pick, Mr. Fryer?
Santa Margarita, man, that defense is lights out. Have we seen a defense this good? Not too often. Not too often, man. Isaiah Vandermeer, Dash Fafita, Lucky Hulani, Logan Heru, on and on and on. And just got dudes all over the place making plays on defense. They swarm, they attack, they hit, they knock out. In hockey, you call it spitting chiclets. That means you're getting your teeth knocked out. And I think Santa Margarita brings that sort of attack to it. When they get there to the football, they mean business, man. And I think their business is winning. And winning is their business, and business is good. I got the Eagles.
Yes. Okay. I got the Eagles to finish off this incredible first-year season for Carson Palmer. He came into a great program with a lot of returners. They added some key pieces, got their share of transfers, but I think there's that culture, the way that they're playing. Carson's done a great job molding them, bringing everybody together, from the coaching staff, which is very talented, to the offense and defense getting together and working as one.
Yeah.
That winning mentality, that confidence, that steadiness. Coach Palmer has, they've even overcome a couple injuries. So played a super tough schedule too. You got to credit Santa Margarita for, raising their schedule, played everybody they possibly could this year, I for the most part, so I think they're ready. I think they roll to the state title. I think De La Salle will definitely have some resistance and should be a good game, but Santa Margarita, they're going to have to play well to finish, but I think they can.
Yeah, they're playing a team. De La Salle's averaging 294 rushing yards a game.
Yeah.
And De La Salle plays, a lot of teams duck De La Salle up
Sure.
there, up in Concord, East Bay stuff. And if teams are reluctant to play you, you're going to be playing some really good teams. We see that down here all the time with our Trinity League friends, our Mission Viejo pals, all the really good schools in OC and the Trinity League. They're having trouble finding teams willing to play them. De La Salle has that same gig up there, so they're battle tested. They're going to come in, play well. Good coaches over there, really good dudes over there too. De La Salle, you got to know some of those fellows over the year. Coach Justin, Terry Edson, all those guys are really good. They do things the right way up there, from what I'm told. But yeah, Santa Margarita, man, the Eagles are flying.
Yep. Well, if we disagree on one game, which is so we disagree on the Woodbridge-Redding Christian. So if I get it right in picking with Redding, we would end up in a tie. If not, I could lose by one game. I could always pull out.
Wait, you could lose by 2 games because I'm ahead of you by 1.
Yeah, that's right. I could lose by 2 games.
101.
Yeah. So so even if I lose it that game, I lose it. I could always invoke that bonus pick point that you gave me for getting the Santa Margarita Sierra Canyon game right, that upset I picked.
Yes.
So if we end up a tie, I could claim that one and say, hey, I'm the champ for 2000. Or we could the tie would be poetic. Would be crazy after all these games we picked.
Yeah.
So many games, close to 90 games this year.
Yeah, and if you do use that bonus pick and you beat me, we're gonna put this. See that? You know what that is? That's an asterisk, Dan. That's an asterisk right there. I just drew that just now. What do you think? Did I do a good job?
That's a good, very. I could see that. I can find the recording though. I could go with it, but it's always fun.
You're the producer, the director. You can do what you want. You can cut it.
That's right. There is some of that, but mostly this is fun. It's great picking with you all season. I appreciate you jumping on. And again, thanks to everybody who tuned in, had fun with us. Orange County and high school football in general It's a great way to spend the fall and your Friday nights. And got one more coming up on Saturday.
Yeah.
And of course, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody, and thanks again for the support.
Yeah. Thanks, Dan, for putting this together. And God bless everybody. Have a great holiday season. Have a healthy one. Hug everybody, man, and say hello. Say hello to what's that song go? How's that song go? Say hello to folks you know and people that you meet. Do it.